Okay, this is Bodhisattva Michael here. Today we're gonna go over something a little different from like the mindfulness stuff which we've been going over, which I've been going over these past couple days. So just this time we're gonna talk about evolutionary psychology, how this disputed field plays into like, how we relate to the world, how our behaviors shape our thoughts. It's a lot of what it is what it is. It's like cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, these skills that evolved from the idea that our behaviors have these deeper evolutionary roots, these stimuli and responses just been drilled into our heads. It's not just mystical, it's not like something we don't have any knowledge of the subject, because we have a lot of scientists we'll go over later in this video and otherwise who just studied it. And anyway, just remember the disclaimer is that I don't necessarily own the ideas in this. No one really does, and it should be open source, but it's just good to realize that don't like take down my videos for infringing upon property that isn't really property, you know? And with that in mind, I'd like to talk about how evolution has shaped our psychology, has shaped our brain power. So there's this generally accepted hypothesis. It's kind of controversial because people don't like sharing like the truth, but basically what it says is that when we're like more animalistic, we're still technically animals, but technicalities. So basically when we were animals, when we were like on the plains of Africa, like evolving, changing our minds, it was difficult because in our early history as human beings, we didn't have the technology. We probably didn't even have fire. It wasn't that lit back then. Anyways, we didn't have these technologies, and so we had to rely on ourselves. It was very self-reliant, and not necessarily in a good way. I mean we survived, but we kill each other too. There was a lot of conflict and suffering because we don't have the technologies to deal with that. And a lot of this was biases, just because they're like a tribe, another different like Neanderthal, Homo sapiens type thing, another thing. It means they're out to get us, and that's kind of like nations, how these tribes started and just keep growing bigger, and that's human history. Another thing was that we evolved to be really reactive, like any animal. When we see a threat, it's just fight, flight, freeze, just respond immediately. Just do something rather than get eaten by the tiger, hunted by the warrior or whatever. It's just these survival instincts. And these can be good when you're in danger. These are kind of exhilarating, actually. It's an adrenaline rush. It's called a state of flow when it goes right, but most of the time in today's society, it goes wrong. There's a lot of things that happen. People are reactive, people are impulsive, and that's an immediate emotional distress threat. And on the more emotional regulation side, there's our potential for like discrimination, bias, racism, and stuff like that. Just specific adaptations to people not being in our tribe, quote unquote, not being related to us in any immediate way, shape, or form. There's nothing universal about it that's actually immediately apparent. That's one of the hard truths that we have to face. So once we get that over with mindfulness, we start being nicer, kinder people. We're aware of how we impact others. Even if you have like no empathy whatsoever, mindfulness makes it more efficient on you to be more empathetic. It just naturally comes naturally. Yeah. And what mindfulness does, what all these skills do, is that they provide an immediate way of retraining our brain's lineage, kind of just I don't know, freaking just stopping this hijack of our emotions, our evolutionary hijack, just stopping that, regaining the freedom and the control to do what we want with our brains and our minds, rather than just sticking with our impulses. And that's the big thing here, is impulse control, emotional inhibition, just regulating ourselves. And I'll go over that later when I'm done with my video with transhumanism next episode. Anyways, I hope you like this channel. I hope continue to give it a listen. Just subscribe if you like it if you like it, share and comment. Just, you know the drill. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Just spread peace.